Hey everyone, Chef Jeff here. Welcome to my kitchen. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button. And today's recipe will be posted on chefgeoff.ca. All of my older recipes and so forth and videos, they're all archived on my website. All right, so if you want to think like a chef, you got to be able to use flavor profiles. And when these flavor profiles come together with an aromatic, it'll really make your dish pop. So when you think about this, you think about Italian food, and that's garlic, olive oil, and basil. Or with French food, you have butter, cream, and like tarragon or something like that. Today, we're gonna be working with a bit of an Asian flair, so we're gonna have a bit of soy, some rice wine vinegar, some hoisin, and it's really gonna pop with some ginger. So with that in mind, today we're gonna make ginger chicken lettuce cups, and it's really gonna pop with that fresh ginger. So let's just get started. All right, so we've got this Asian flair working today. So the first part of really the flavor profile we're working with is a little bit of sesame oil, and that's going to bring in a really smoky flavor. We've got some fine chopped white onion. There we are. And we're going to add in some garlic. And I'm going to get this on nice and high, and I'm really going to try to just quickly soften that onion. We're going to add salt and pepper. And we're just going to let the heat do the work. All right, our onions are getting nice and translucent. When they're ready to go, that means just deglaze with a little touch of beer, because you guys know I love to cook with a little bit of beer. We're also going to deglaze with about 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. We're going to let that break down. We got it on nice and high. Let that work in. That's one of my favorite sounds in the whole kitchen, that sound of deglazing, that sizzle that you get. All right, so we've got 2 pounds of extra lean halal chicken, and we're just gonna put it straight in, and we're not gonna move them around or anything like that. We're just gonna let them sear in in this mixture. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of ginger to start off, and we're gonna get that aromatic ginger flavor working right away. So I've got about 1.5 knobs of ginger, and that is like, I don't know, about 2-3 ounces of ginger. We're just gonna let the heat sear in, and we're gonna flip them over whole. We're not gonna break them up or anything like that. And once they're flipped and seared on both sides, then we can start breaking down the chicken and adding our sauces to build that flavor. All right, so we're really starting to get some great flavors here. We're getting all that sesame oils coming out. We're getting the ginger out. We have the acidity coming from the rice wine vinegar. And we're starting to see a little bit of white coming along the edges of these chickens. I haven't touched them or anything like that, but I'm just gonna try to flip these all in one piece. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I probably could have left these a little bit longer, but that's okay. That one was vaguely successful. We'll see how this one goes here. Flip it right over. And really just, at this point, just leave them alone, let the heat do the work, and we're gonna sear in a lot of that flavor. And then we'll just keep building the flavor profile as we go. All right, I'm ready to mash up this chicken. It's starting to get really nicely seared and so forth, so I'm just gonna kind of break it up just a touch here. We got a bit of a sear on the high heat like I was talking about earlier. And now is the time you can really start breaking down that chicken so it can be nice and ground like a mince. So now this is ready to go. We're gonna start adding all these other flavor components that I was talking about. So I ordered sushi the other night. I got these cute little leftovers of soy sauce. This is about 2 ounces of soy sauce. I'm going to start with 1.5 ounces and see if I need it. We're going to add about 2 teaspoons of sambal oiak. And one of the active ingredients here is we're going to add 1/2 cup of hoisin sauce. So we're going to have all those, we're going to have a lot of flavor working here. So there's going to be the sodium component with the soy sauce. We're gonna have a little bit of heat with the sambal, and then we're gonna add that sweet flavor of the hoisin sauce. We're just gonna mix all this stuff in, and at this point, I'm just kind of stamping it down and breaking it up. Great. So I've also got a cup of edamame beans, and we're just gonna mix those in. Get in there. And just a touch of chicken stock. I think I only need about 3-4 ounces. What that's going to do is we're going to add a little bit of richness that way. And what we're going to do now is mix it all together. We're gonna get all the flavors working, and we gotta let this cook down to the point where there's minimal amount of liquid. So we got about 30 minutes for this thing to simmer and mix together. And we'll be back shortly. Okay, so it's starting to smell spectacular in here. All those like kind of Asian style flavors are really starting to just make the house smell spectacular. You're getting that hoisin, the sesame flavor. It's just starting to smell great. However, as this is simmering on kind of low heat, that's going to give us a little bit of time to build a really fresh julienne mixture to top our lettuce, our ginger chicken lettuce cups. So what we're going to start with is one of these sugar snap peas, and what you want to do is you want to cut the little end off and remove the string there, and this way you're not chewing on anything kind of, it just gets stuck in your teeth. We'll see if I got one more here. Here we go, there's one more here. Break it off and just pull it right off. Great, and we're just going to julienne these as nice as thin as we can. So take that extra moment, you don't have to cut too quickly, just nice and thin. Great. And what this mixture is going to do is we're going to get a lot of richness and heat and all that stuff from the ginger chicken, and this is going to give it a really nice fresh finish and give it a little bit of extra texture as well. So the next thing we're doing is we're going to add a little bit of carrot, and we're just going to cut this into nice thin batons. Great, they're ready to go there. So I keep finding these little tiny sweet bell peppers, and they're perfect. They have a really thin skin and everything like that, so they're very kind of elegant looking. And we're just going to do the same thing, cut them in really nice thin strips. Get that really thin julienne look to it. Great. The last little bit of this will be just some rough chopped cilantro. So you don't have to cut it fine. We're just going to kind of just remove it from the stems, and there you go. So I've got a whole whack of it already cut up here. Into the mixing bowl we go. And what this needs is a little bit of acid. So I've got a whole fresh lime here, and I'm just going to squeeze this in. Oh, get in there. All right. And just get all that acidity in there. Mix this up, and this is going to give it just a really nice, colorful texture and an acidity finish to go with our ginger chicken. And we'll be back. Okay, so we're 30 minutes into the future here. Our ginger chicken is ready to go. I'm just going to season it and give it a taste and make sure it's okay. So I'm just going to add a touch of salt and pepper. And as I said, it wouldn't be ginger chicken if I didn't add just fresh ginger right at the end. And this is the aromatic piece that I was talking about. So we have all that soy flavor. We have the acidity from the rice wine vinegar. We have a bit of sweetness from the hoisin sauce and a little bit of heat from that sambal. And the ginger is really going to bring it all together. And like I said, it's really going to make it pop. So we're going to get it all together here. We're just going to give it a little taste and see how we are. Bang on. Okay. And let's just get ready to plate here. So I'm going to try not to make a huge mess here in the process. Why don't I bring this a little bit closer? I got my lettuce cups ready to go. And this is just some iceberg lettuce. And oh, they're really full. Okay. And the beauty of this dish is it's very versatile. It doesn't have to be in a lettuce cup. You can put it on a taco. You can put it over noodles. You can put it over rice. But today's application in the lettuce cup is just perfect for summertime. And I think you'll really enjoy it. What we're going to do is we're going to finish it off with just a touch of some chopped peanuts. And we're going to add our julienne mixture. Just a touch on there, touch on there. We'll leave one open just so everybody knows what's on it. All right, good stuff. Dirty hands as always. Okay, guys. So we've got our ginger chicken cups, and they're just going to taste delicious. It's summertime. I've got Henderson's food truck to and it's a lagered blonde ale, and it's a really like crushable, easy drinking beer, and it's just perfect for a summertime barbecue outside patio time. So guys, from my kitchen to yours, bon appetit.